We salute you on this important day as the economic freedom fighters. We're saying to you that we must follow in the footsteps of the 1976 generation. Every generation must have its own mission. And the generation of 1976 was to realize freedom in their lifetime. Many of them were killed, many of them were exiled and never returned. Many of them lived to realize freedom in their lifetime. But this generation, following in the footsteps of T.S. Mashinini, must also define clearly its own mission. And our mission is to achieve economic freedom in our lifetime. We must know that as a generation that exists today in the struggle, we want to be like Zeth Mazubuko. We want to be like Elias Masinga. We want to be like Spogile Mtembu. We want to be like Mbuisa Makubo, Hector Peterson, Antoinette Setole. We want to be like General Spuenyanda. We want to be like Tokyo Sehwale. We want to be like Chris Ane. We want to be like the 1980s generation. We want to be like Peter Mukava. We are the fearless generation. We are a generation that finds itself in a situation where black people suffer from economic oppression. We are fighting our own struggle. The children of 1976, they were not disrespectful. They had to act because parents were not acting. Parents had given up. Parents had accepted their situation. Parents were even beginning to say it is impossible to remove the apartheid regime. Some of our parents were even saying white people are brought here by God to come and rule over us. But the youth of 1976 said, to hell with that narrative. They refused to believe that God sent white people to come and rule over us. The youth of 1976 said, we've got our own language, and therefore Afrikaans is not going to be imposed on us. We will rather be taught in our own languages, or languages that are acceptable to all of us. Afrikaans cannot be a medium of instruction. Now, Kaudi and the SAPC should have learned from the 1976 generation that when you announce a cultural shock, the people will react. Today, you cannot take a microphone and say we're going to have 90% South African music on radio. People will react because you are introducing a cultural shock. When you do that, and if you are genuine, you do it gradually, slowly, without any announcement. By the time people say papara, 90% is playing on the radio without any cultural shock. So, we who exist today, we are also not disrespectful to our parents. It looks like the 1976 parents, our parents have accepted the current situation. Our parents are happy with what is happening in Boipatong. Yeah, in Boipatong, when you enter, there is rubble all over. There is rubbish all over. The township of Boipatong is not clean. The township of Boipatong is not developed. The houses are still a reflection of apartheid houses. Yet our parents continue to vote for the party that is treating them the same way apartheid treated them. We, the youth of Boipatong, must not accept this situation. We must stand up like the 1976 and say it will not be done in our name. We are going to fight this government which is disrespecting the people of Boipatong. We must stand up. And I was happy when I came in. I saw a lot of roads barricaded with bricks. That is what you must do when they don't deliver to you and to our people. We are not ashamed of the protest led by communities. We are part of your protest. Your pain is our pain. And that's why we'll take it upon ourselves to liberate the people of Boipatong. There is too much money in the municipality. In the Sidibe municipality, there's a lot of money. Marabai Wutwa Mashulwa. By Wutwa because Batwana let Papa Bona Zuma one show. They now, Zuma takes our money to Dubai. And then Simon Fuke takes our money to KFC. Already take away for 1 million rand because he's got no respect for the people of City Bay. He's got no respect for the people of Boipatong. The power is in your hands. You have to fight this rot. To the core. We must take out the rot. We must take head on the rot. We must fight corruption. We must confront corruption. We must defeat corruption. We must not be comfortable with corruption. I'll go back to Zuma is stealing our money to Dubai. That is the same money which must build houses in Sibuke. That is the same money that must build schools and give people water and electricity in Zambela. That money has been taken to Dubai. In South Africa, our parents are not doing anything. They are folding their arms like the 1976 parents. And when Malema and the EFF challenges the corruption, our parents, like the 1976 parents, are saying these children are disrespectful. That is what they said about the 1976 youth. If 1976 youth had listened to their parents, we won't be where we are today. They never asked for a permission from a parent. You don't need a permission from a parent. You don't need a permission from anyone to get involved in a revolution and fight against the rot, colonialism and apartheid. Once you feel aggrieved, wherever you are, stand up and take a stand inspired by the 1976. Boipatong is a very important place in the history of struggle in South Africa. We will be commemorating Boipatong massacre tomorrow. That's why we chose this place today. We did not choose this place because we were bored. We wanted to remind the current government that you have forgotten about the people of Boipatong. But Baba Luilengi, Balwale Maburu, 45 people were killed. Those people did not have AK-47. Those people did not have a grenade. They had their anger and they had their stones, and they said, we are going to collapse apartheid regime brick by brick until we realize our freedom. We salute you, the people of Boipatong. We came here because you must be honored. We came here because we want them to remember Boipatong. We want them to know that this is not just a place where black people reside. This is a place where the struggle against the murderous apartheid regime was inspired. Everywhere else in South Africa, when we remember the suffering of the people of Boipatong, like the suffering of the generation of 1976, we got inspired and stood firm against the apartheid regime. Simon Mofoke, Kentate Oilongore, Bamo Taba Kaufela Mo Sidibemu. Kentatwa yang chelete ya rona didi chomita ae bapila ko yuale banwa yuala ka chelete ya setšhaba sabo Sidibemu. Re batla o motsa hore wena Mofokeng, your days are numbered. The people of Boipatong are very angry with what the ANC did to them. But Mama Boipatong, the Bat Sidibeng, but Bakaute Gaufela, but my voted the ANC, Maraba voted la corruption, even in the whole of Gauteng. We want to say to them, the government of the EFF is ready to take over Gauteng. We will deliver to our people. Let's go lose our hope. Realwana. Retlemo retlo phasa badimo ba Boipatong massacre. Retlemo retlo phasa badimo ba 1976. In their graves. We are here to pick up the spear and continue the fight. They fought a good fight, and we will continue with that fight. Kaufela, Bachaba, South Africa, don't lose hope. We must be inspired by the youth of 1976. Rebata mesebetsi for banabalona, rebata mesebetsi for the youth. Mtweki kupang over to South Africa kaufela are engaging in innovation. Let us be creative so that we can create jobs. The youth must come with ideas, and the government must finance those ideas of young people. Why rona Bachaba South Africa, le Bachaba Boipatong, Bachaba Sidibeng, le Palake Bacha, Bako Japan, le Palake Bacha, Bako China, Batileka di cell phone, Batileka di iPad, Batileka di electronics. Why are you not producing something unique and create jobs for yourself? Because you are gifted, you've got talent. There is nothing special about America. There is nothing special about China. There is nothing special about Europe. There is nothing special about Japan. There is everything special about Africa and South Africa in particular. Why are you not coming up with creative ideas? We want to support the youth ideas. In Johannesburg, The DA is ruling there because of EFF support. If you've got a nice idea, bring it here. Johannesburg will finance it by force. They will finance it by force. We will support youth innovation. If you've got a beautiful idea, something unique, Tshwane will finance it because the EFF is the one that made it possible for the DA to be in power in Tshwane. We are for a black child. We want to support the ideas of black children. Don't come here and say to us, I want to open a shopping mall. Because many of you here, I don't know, Commissar Mdini, for sure when you were doing door to door, a lot of black people will say to you here, Rebatla Molo, Rebatla Molo. The mall must fall. We want industries. We don't want malls. We want industries. We want the factories to open. Mall for what? It's just to consume. Let us stop being consumers. Let us now be the owners of the economy. You cannot own the economy without industries. You cannot own the economy without factories. The family kwetu mona rebata di buru di femete ana rebata di buru di own kelona but Boipatong rebata di own kelona black people. There is no factory. It's not a core. Many of you think that industry or a factory means a shop owned by a white person. Even a black person can own a factory. Stop demanding malls. The EFF will not build malls. Let me tell you, if you want a mall, don't vote for EFF because it won't build a mall. We don't want a consumer's economy. We want you to own factories. How about the factory? How about the misebeti? Say to the EFF, Bulandi Feme. Hey, but by Sunagi to a Kwale Buwa. Kwale Buwa, Lona Puso, Barakia Ramudike, Yabantu Stanley Patu. Every township, ye Avideke Bantu Stand, they had factories. They were building factories in those townships. Today, every township built by the ANC, it goes with a mall. Oh, Rekakaini Molo Usa Sebeti. You know, these people come from, we're not taken care of here. Let me take care of myself. These people of the ANC, they took over government, but they don't know what to do with the economy. Because how do you give people malls without jobs and say those malls are going to come with jobs? Banabesu, mesebeti yako di molo, ki uba shopkeeper, ko rekisa kamo shopo. Hey bana, why must we go to a university only to become shopkeepers? We want to open factories. Rebata weta misebeti in the arts department. Rebata banabao actor, rebata youth, yau DJ, rebata youth, yau iti art. If you had the opportunity in the SABC to display their talent. O SABC, harebati uri, usebete the mascot ta ANC fela. House ANC, lau kabali talente, have the opportunity in the SABC. Kiba bangata ba namona, ba iti mo actor, but because habaiti saimu fuke, they will never realize mme re batla bana ba ba ye sekolong and ba ye sekolong mahala. We want them to go to school free of charge. And then once I in skolo ke batla mo kwalla dinga puso because a ke batle bana ba yang nyao pe mo Boipatong mona kaofela. Hey, I know you don't want to go to school. Don't vote for EFF because EFF is going to force you to go to school. There is no economic freedom without education. That's why Babura fita bona ya fati kama mwele ukali boni mudimu kintweo si skolo ina mara urute ile hali burlike na luena uayema or yes, can I help you? Because you know you are standing in society. Education brings confidence. Education brings dignity. That's why 1976 fought for a proper education. The 1976 youth was not fighting for tenders. Skabat ba ANC ba mona Boipatong ba bulayana. Ha le bulayana nang ba batla di tender. Ha ba kena skolo motho ona o palla le ku tlatsa formo ya di tendera mara o batla tender. So let's make sure that we educate our children. Bana ba lwana ngo university mama ba lwanela need. Bana ba lwanela thuto. Bana ba ha ba lwanela dikolo dikwalwe. Ba re bulama mati a dikolo re batla ho kena skolo because we know that education is an ultimate liberation. E bana ba lwanela dikolo le bana ba sinya. Must fall le bana ba sinya bana ha ba sinye ba bula minyako ya dikolo re batla ho kena skolo. Batswadi ba the children in the universities, they sleep in the toilets. Habana accommodation papalla ko patela di flat ko Bramfontein ba robala ka di toilet ha ba robala ka di library ba tswa useng ka 5 o'clock ba tshaba or securities ka ba kriya ba ya ko di gymming useng ba jima ba kremetse a chisang ba hlape ba university. Why bana ba sokola? It's because they know that their mothers in Boipatong, their fathers in Boipatong, they cannot afford. They are not telling you that pain. They are fighting it alone because they want good for these families. They have accepted that education will take them out of poverty. Habusile baya ko skolong ka 1 o'clock ba ilonya ka mabokisi mo la tolante ndijo ba topa ba yo jaka koneng ba khutlela classing laba ka phone la hae haya usebetsei bomangwano ko hae ba rekisa ko skolong sa high school Boipatong high school bomangwano sokola ko university. The mother is also struggling. What rekisa ma kipi for 18 years school. Those children deserve free education. Those children deserve our protection. Those children must be celebrated. Those children must be honored. Those children, their names must be read all out for all to know them and salute them for loving education. Because today our communities don't celebrate people who love good things, including education. Let's celebrate Aditsotsi. More Boipatong, more for sure. Una Litsotsi, Uchandi Koloi Mona. Una Litsotsi, Shabamba to come Paka Mona. They are celebrate. Hafitaka, Brendut Yauhalua. Let the Brasbaneba. Marhaba Rumanaki Ona, Utwa University, Halerhau. What our data happy today Mona Boipatong, Rebato Nalito because of you. Banaba Sokola, Ziba Matso, Havar Babua, Barrobala Godi toilet, Havar Babua, Barrobala, Godi library, Barlia Toitoya, Kelenama Malema, Baba Betakani Tiekes. How do you beat up people who are asking for education? Shame on you, ANC. Shame on you, Jacob Zuma. Shame on you, Platin Simande, for beating up our children, for demanding the right thing, which is education. We are proud of all of them. We are asking the student command to continue to help those children. Banaba University, wherever you are, Kiakupa tonight, Tamano Kabanaba Nabodi toilet table, Tamano Kabanaba Nandi library, Bateba squat in your rooms. Open your doors for the poor. Open your doors for the needy children. No child must sleep in a library. No child must sleep in a toilet. If you are black and you've got a proper room, please go to the toilets tonight. Identify one and take him there. We want to call upon the management of universities. Please overlook the people who are squatting in the rooms. Pretend like you don't see them. We know that the lack of accommodation in universities is not of your own creation. It is an ANC creation which lacked vision, which doubted that people will respond positively to the call of going to school. We say to the rectors, we say to the security, stop chasing the squatters away. Let them squat with their own fellow black brothers and sisters. If you are black and if you call yourself a black person and you know a child that sleeps in a toilet, you know a child that sleeps in a library and you are doing nothing, you must know that you have given away your blackness. Because black means kindness. Black means caring. Black means ubuntu. Black means moto kemoto kabatu. That's who we are. And therefore, we always take care of strangers. Hakifeta ubuwa mo. Lebute bumkhono baduti mo. Bata lebuta ore. In the 70s, in the 80s, never accommodated the stranger di fita fela basa baiti moto arkitimeti ke batla kwa Malema barwana ka ke busiu robala mona o tla tswa o tswela pele ka le. That's who we are. That's what African means. We take care of each other. Let's love one another. Comrades and fellow fighters, we must tell you today that if you don't see the light in the EFF, then you are permanently lost. No one can rescue you. South Africa, we present to you an alternative left formation. So, Utama Uiwa Mona, but Malema, Aru, DA is anti-DA, is anti-Helen Zile. They will not vote for DA. Let's tell you one thing. We will never vote with the ANC. We are in this mess because of the ANC. Okay, how we now order now? Give whatever to our EFF not to vote for DA. How do I go back to explain to the people of Boipatong, I voted for a party which took electricity away from them for 2 months, for whatever days. Because we must have a situation where we are held accountable by our people. The ANC has allowed this white arrogance. These whites are what they are today because the ANC converted itself into a security guard of white capital. So if you come to my house and you want to deal with Julius Malema and you find the security at the gate, what do? You deal with the security before you deal with Malema. The ANC is the security. We must deal with the security of white capital, then deal with white capital itself. They are the ones who created this mess. South Africans, the problem of Tshwane, the problem of Joburg and PE is not the creation of the EFF. You decided to vote for the parties that you voted for. We are in this situation because of the voters. Stop blaming it on the EFF. We are not and we will not vote for the ANC. We will continue to vote with the DA, the IFP, and any other party that is opposed to Machingilane of white monopoly capital. And the defeat of Machingilane of white monopoly capital will mean now we are going uninterruptedly straight for white monopoly capital. That's who we are. Hey, if you don't want to vote for us because we are not voting for the ANC, keep your vote. We are not going to speak here in folk tongues here. The ANC, the mascot the ANC, more EFF, I know agent Zuma, Tamankanda, not Zuma in the EFF. And let me tell you, we don't owe Zile anything. We said to DA, deal with Zile. But Peter Bamita, Musima Iman, Abita Zile, what's on the Katilio? Abita Manana Hoa, Amea Mona, Amohalemela, your local school girl or Wena. Mtao Twitter low papa, Utalkina Trabulo. I'm sorry. Madam, I will not studio here. Tama, you are. Relative look who you are. Very China, mana. Hey, what color tropa? Relative Hamakoa, Zero Namo, Musima Mana, City. Stop it, Jazara, City. Mom, call out to all. Now I gave it in Zuma. Atwichilen Twezilla ANC. Never can meet up with ANC. Babu Kona to order. Zumani showed laying Yalang Wahaka Waha. Never said Mama Mata. Utwije Teletea Rona. We may let to buy. Every time court, Imukola to order. Mana ANC has never done what the DA did to LNC. They never said to Zuma, come and sit here, small boy, because the ANC is bigger than you. You sit here and say, I'm sorry. They've never done that. Let me tell you, they can go to hell. We don't care about the ANC. We don't care about their sympathizers. I'm not here to win elections. I'm not disparate to be a president of South Africa. I will not engage in disparate moves to get EFF the votes. We are building this party from the ground, slowly, surely, so that when it takes power forever and ever. Because if you're going to be I'm happy. This party is growing bit by bit. Bit by bit. I've never joined the struggle to be a president of South Africa. I don't want to be president of South Africa. I want to build a formation which black people can trust, which black people can celebrate forever. I want to build a formation which black people can say this property called EFF is 100% black owned and be proud of it. Let me tell you, if I was desperate for power, I will be a mayor in Johannesburg today. I would have said to DA, take Tshwane, I'm taking Joburg, I want to be a mayor driven with nice air-conditioned offices. It's not power for me. It's building an alternative which is formidable, which is grounded, which can be trusted by every single individual. Even if it takes this EFF more than 50 years to be in power, so be it. The ANC took power in 1994, it was formed in 1912. So what? We didn't take so many days, already we are in parliament. Whether we are right or right, it's a hard. We are in charge of South African politics. Whether they like it or not, we are here to stay. We are going to trouble them. The white monopoly knows that the EFF is the only reliable voice of black people. Black people, I want you to unite. Black people, I want you to love each other. Please, when you provide services to another fellow black person, provide quality services. Let us show these white people that we can make it ourselves. Fellow fighters, we must make sure that we support black business. There is too much money amongst us here. But Boipatong, ba redu sebetsa ko Vanderberg Park, ba berekela liburu le mo fa 2,000 rand. Okay, 2,000 rand eo we sebedisa kaofela mo transporto. Mara ha nna nkare ke a mo hira ke nna mo lekeisheneng ke le motho o moso ke re ke mo fa 3.5 a re ka sebedisa motho o moso. Never. Ke berekela motho o moso nna. Why do you say that? It's because you hate yourself. You don't have confidence in yourself, and therefore you hate everything black. How na le feme? Re tsur feme ya motho motho. A di ro reka go feme eo. Dispaza di kwetsu mona Boipatong. Le reka go di molo. Why? Le nana re ke maemo ka re molo o una ke le khoa. Le ra ke reka go score. Nga se reke mo spazing sa malachi mo That's a self-hatred. Let's buy from each other. Eban, ona le musimane mo wa chomiaka mo tswa mo o ka imbuise. Timo touch o tsona mo Zdibemo. O tswa Sharpeville Timo touch. Musimano o butse radio station. Ba re touch HD. Why wena uzanga wa download touch HD? Mara u download ile Twitter, u download ile Facebook, ya ona kema kuwa ama foreigner. You are happy, but you will never download touch HD. Why? Mushimano Sharpeville na akakantel. That's how you are. Let us stop that attitude. Go venda kwa ona le bank mo ba ke VPS, ba ke VPS. Ile ona ithomile ka o papa ka o fa Zumalungu mane. Mara ba forgive or ba file le show loan. Ka re ba na mo kwalla motho a palle go patela chelete re mo kwalle out. Anyway, Zuma is black, VPS is black. It's a bank owned by black people. Lenakele so hakina account ko VPS ya venda yetswa go high. Ke bula account ya banka le di banka tsa maburu. We must support VPS. We must support every bank that is black owned. VPS belongs to us. Not into Barge upside. Banana or Malema or Occupy Absa. Hey, Bamurekile, get to occupy Absa. Usarobe to Dabo Yamoto, Nagelego Absa, occupy it. And when I occupy Absa, I kill by Simayana by 2-3. Whatever red beret. I think a fella upside down all over South Africa because the EFF would have arrived. Ereki would say the enemies are EFF wouldn't try occupy Absa. This guy Shebela Kole is Shebele before the end of this year. It looks and it looks unannounced because that's how we take the battle to white monopoly. Relwanta VPS, Relwanta Kazuma, Reba naive, mother in the bigger scheme of things. Norman, wait. This is a black-owned bank. Why should we hate a black bank because it gave a black person called Zuma a loan? Let us support our own. Many of you don't even have Casper Novest CD Tuto, the latest. Can I have the latest to the moon? CD Casper Novest Tuto. How na yo na? Marakamo haya how mo umatakadi CDs amakua ako America. You don't support our own artists here in South Africa because you hate everything that is black. We must support each other. This pulling down syndrome amongst black people must come to an end. Hamwana waka next door, hapasite, hante, alinaka, aliloyara, uskata maumata dinaka, everywhere, obata motopa mautu, kimwana wahau, no enamo celebrate, or my neighbor is happy, the happiness of my neighbor is my happiness. Because a black child does not only belong to biological parent, a black child belongs to the community. The success of every black child is a success of all of us. Kiakupa 1976 is about blackness. 1976 is about black consciousness. 1976 was inspired by black consciousness, and that black consciousness was conceptualized by Steve Biko. Let us not get it twisted. So, we must say we are black and we are proud, and we are going to make our people proud. ANC is a black party that represents white people. It has forgotten about you. Toilet is flashing. Amanyani afitange matu apartheid. Abalefa mutlakasi wateng how bata watsama. Mutlakasi wateng ukhuta how chisa fela. Utonibone di mauma utse di pala go rana puso. Hauna ditsela mo re nang teng mo. O bona mo batho ba bantsho ba nang teng, o bona ka ditsela fela o tsena di dumping area. Mara ha o kena ka toropo, hauna dumping area. Fighters ba Sidibeng, fighters in Sidibeng, and all councillors of Gauteng. Tomorrow you must come back here. I want you to clean up this place and remove all the dumping areas in this place. We want to leave this place a clean place. Please make sure this place become beautiful. Let's clean every dumping area here so that after 2 months, Hamachila Ahutela more dumping area, Bomeba Ronavare, Black Arona is a little one aware EFF. That is the legacy we must leave for our people. We are going to fight for electricity mona. Retwe Luana and Tweu, Retwe Mota, Ntate, Makura, Lentate Paul Ashatine, or Batwaro Nabala Chilwe, Boipatong. Rebata Luana Lema Vita, Laitikile Kata Lifu Mona, Ntoki Boni Mo, Leboluka Mutumo Dimao in a small grave. That's why the Raruan is fast. But Boipatong, but was booking, but was in the fella, killing others until they understand they fight for the land more than anyone else. Harina le fast, Hauna le fast out pillar, Hauna le fast out sweet. That thing must come to an end. We want our people to be buried in a dignified way. We want our people to own the land when they are alive. We want our people to own the land even when they are dead. Le face back. Le face al khoutle le matekwana lona. Le batla le matekwana wa le face ke a rona. We want the mountains and the beautiful sea. It belongs to us. The capitebe mo Vaal river mo kitaruna. That back. Abien ronele le fast. Let we know Taba. Paul Mashatila re, but was occupy the fast. Paul Mashatila wanaru tibule le fier man. We don't know you to be a coward. Nkan le fast banabis. The land belongs to you. This is your land. Bon, hanyane. Abarmatisa maponisa rabale. Rabale batanyana 2 minutes rakutel. The day the police are tired, then we settle forever. That land belongs to us. That land must be occupied. Every time I work on the party, they want to imprison me. I will never stop talking about the land. The land is who I am. Kibuaka le fasilaka. Kibuaka le fasilaka ntate muhulu baka. Kelwanela le fasi leba twabantu baile babulawa lona. Never retreat on the land. The land belongs to you. Boipatong, let me tell you. Refile batho ba bangata lefatshe. Re se puso, a se rona puso anywhere. Mara batho today bana le pleke e ba e bitsang gore ke lehae la bona. Because of EFF, continue giving our people a place to call home. Because that's what we are fighting for. A place to be called home. So all of us, let's go. Let's build this organization. The student command, the delegation of student command, I'm going to speak to you tomorrow. You must be in your best behavior. We want discipline. We want fighters who are exemplary. No one should want to be a leader of the student command at all costs. Power, we don't fight for it in the EFF. We earn it through our work. EFF is able to manage. How don't you say what Motu joina mona le hotel today bumama. O joina today o se zabata stool. Batho nya batho ba. Na kwa ke tswante mona hona le kereke khulu mola ba le ZCC mo. Ha o le mola kereke mola. Ha ba o kolobetsa today. Ha o tswe ka o sano wa bo kana ba ruti ba nnaka. that will promote him after many years of service to the church. Please, if you want positions, not here, you can go to the uncle's place called the ANC. Mola walwa ni wa papa yate. More, we want disciplined, peaceful people because you are the hope of the hopeless. Hallelujah. Bokhono ba be mona le bona yalo ba re tlo bona re ntse ka ne re tshepetse baneng bana. But the unemployed youth, the excluded youth from education, because EFF unity of purpose. Let us hold hands. Let us defend the EFF. Let us build the EFF, the only party of black people. Let me take this opportunity to thank all of you for coming, to thank the organizers. I know you worked very hard, Commissar Mgrini, Commissar Sindani, and the whole team, the leadership of Gauteng, Marisela Ledwaba. We are seeing an active leaders who are working very hard. We salute you for that. The ground forces continue to make us proud. We are proud of you because you work very hard for the black people. I salute all of you. Amanda! Amanda! I wule EFF, I wule! I wule EFF, I wule! EFF ya sebele twa. Halala! EFF ya sebele twa.
See ya.